A problem with King K Rool's return? What, is Marcin going crazy? That was one of the greatest returns we could have ever had. Between the nostalgia and the epicness, I don't know if this could have been topped. You had him surprising us out of nowhere, punching Void Kong into frickin' dust. Well, he's still around, but still. He pulverized him. Then we had the fake out credit scene, and then we had him taking over New Donk City, which was freaking wild. And then we had all of those signs saying K Rool's back and all of this stuff. It was freaking crazy. So how is there a problem with King K Rool's return? Has Marcin actually lost his marbles? But here's the dilemma with King K Rool's return. Even though it was a grand return, there is one detail about it that worked out for us fans, but it may affect K Rool in the long run. So the one thing leading up to Donkey Kong Bananza was a bunch of us speculating if K Rool would be in the game. And the one thing that Nintendo did not budge on was letting us know before the game came out. They kept it a secret the whole time. And I really admire them for that. They could have used K Rool to more advertise the game, and they chose not to. They wanted us to be able to experience the game without knowing that he was in there. And seriously, I applaud them for that. His return was crazy. The amount of fans that were surprised when they played Donkey Kong Bananza to have freaking K Rool just punch Void Kong and return in all of his glory is honestly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But I am afraid that there might be a little bit of a problem to this, because Donkey Kong Bananza has been out for a while now, and it's even gotten DLC, and Nintendo has still not talked about K Rool being in this game at all. And the reason that this has me a little bit worried is that I feel like if they weren't trying to keep him such a secret, we may have gotten a new K Rool amiibo. We already have the Smash Ultimate amiibo, but my goodness, could you imagine getting another K Rool amiibo based on how he looks in Donkey Kong Bananza? They could have sold 3 different ones. K Rool himself, the first boss fight K Rool, and the second boss fight K Rool. They could have had 3 different amiibo. And with how much amiibo costs these days, maybe it's better off they didn't. But in all seriousness, it would have been incredible to have new K Rool amiibo. Amiibos? I don't know what's plural for amiibo. And even just merchandise in general. They would have no issue selling merch with Void Kong or Poppy Kong or Grumpy Kong, because we've seen them everywhere. But K Rool is supposed to be kept a secret, so I'm not expecting to see any My Nintendo rewards with K Rool on it. I don't even think we're gonna get a player icon from the My Nintendo service with K Rool on it. So this is where we're in a weird spot, because yes, it's super cool how they handled K Rool in Donkey Kong Bananza by not saying anything, but at the same time, I feel like it's affecting his return. Do I think that this means that he'll disappear forever because of this? No. But I think there is a chance that it could affect him getting into other games. Mario Tennis Fever is coming right around the corner, and I don't know if they would put him in there. Even if they weren't trying to keep him a secret, I don't know if they'd put him in there anyway, but there is a chance that this is not helping. Same with Mario Kart World. I could see them putting a teen Pauline in there, even though adult Pauline's in the game, but would they add K Rool? And again, just like Mario Tennis Fever, regardless of them trying to keep him a secret in Donkey Kong Bananza, I don't know if they'd ever add him into Mario Kart World regardless. But I do wonder if King K Rool being a secret in Donkey Kong Bananza is going to affect his appearances. I would like to think that at some point, there's just going to be another Donkey Kong game where K Rool is just more prevalent. A Donkey Kong game where they could just show K Rool in the trailer, where he's not a big secret. If they do that, then I think we're in amazing shape. And I would still say that we're in better shape than we were before, because K Rool has returned. And with how big of a deal they made his return in Donkey Kong Bananza, I really would like to think that he's not going to just go away again. And who knows? Maybe that rumored Donkey Kong movie is going to have King K Rool in it. That would be a crazy way to kick off King K Rool just being out in the open. And even with K Rool being hush-hush, I'm not saying that it's impossible for him to be in a game like Mario Tennis Fever or Mario Kart World. I just feel like as of right now, they would prefer K Rool to be a secret. Because if they randomly did put him in Mario Kart World as like DLC or something, I feel like it would be really random for those who didn't play Donkey Kong Bananza. Whereas if someone didn't play Donkey Kong Bananza and they added Void Kong, I don't think anyone would bat an eye. So I think it's going to take that next Donkey Kong game for K Rool to really be back. He is back, but I mean to the public. Maybe they have a 2D Donkey Kong game down the line. Who knows? But I do kind of think that K. Rool needs to be in another game for him to be back. And I am by no means taking away from his return in Donkey Kong Bananza. It is incredible. But I would really like it if K. Rool could be more in the open and the public, to where we could get stuff like player icons or merchandise. And my wallet would disagree, but seriously, more amiibo. And I know that throughout this video, I'm pretty much ignoring the fact that he had a grand return with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and grand it was. That was freaking wild. But as much as I don't like to accept it, Smash Ultimate came out a long time ago, and his reveal was also a long time ago, because his reveal was before the game even came out. So I feel like now all eyes are on Donkey Kong Bananza, but only for those who played it. If they had a player icon for Donkey Kong Bananza, people would then know, oh, he is in Donkey Kong Bananza. I think the transition from Smash Ultimate to then being in spin-off Mario games, it's just been so long since Smash Ultimate actually released. And again, with all of this, I'm not saying that any of this makes it impossible for him to be in games like Mario Kart World or anything, but I really do feel like he needs to be in a mainline game out in the open, in the public, for him to kind of fully return. He's almost there, but he's not quite where I would like him to be. And not to be selfish either, because I am very grateful that he not only got into Smash Bros. Ultimate, but he honestly got into a new mainline Donkey Kong game. That is still freaking wild. But Nintendo is also super unpredictable. King K Rool was in a Mario baseball game. That was one of the most random things ever to me. So at the end of the day, who knows what's in store for this guy? But that's where you guys come in. Where do you think we'll see K Rool next? Let me know in the comments down below. I also have new membership tiers if you want to check those out. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.